Good morning. Today we are going to discuss the part of social science, geography, the second part, physical features of India. Already we have completed the first part, that is India's size and location. So what we are going to learn from that part is the physiographic division. Second thing, the introduction. Introduction, that is India has the all major physical features which are available in the earth, that is a mountain, plains, desert, plateau and island. Already we have seen the different type of physical features that is in our country. So different type of soil also we can see in our country, because different type of factors are there, maybe the rocks, maybe the climate. Okay, different type of soil color from the east to west, north to south we can see. India is a large landmass from during the different geological periods. Different geological periods, India, whatever the landforms are there, they are getting shape. Tectonic activities are also responsible, and different type of outer phenomena like weathering, erosion, and depositions activities are also what responsible. India has a varied physical features whose formation can be explained on the basis of the theory of plate tectonics. So there have, according to the theory, in our world there have 7 major plates and lots of minor plates are there, which has given the shape of the land masses, because they have created the different type of boundaries. All the plates are joined together and form different type of boundaries known as the convergent, divergent and transform boundaries. And you should to know that these plates are not static, they always are moving in a particular direction. Convergent, what is the direction? There is a plate, that will be the face to face direction, that is a convergent. Okay, and the what will be the divergent? Divergent will be the opposite movement of the plate, that is a divergent. And the transform will be there, in one plate will be the, so both the plate will be the vertically, they will opposite direction, the movement will be there. So different type of plates are creating the different type of the landforms. Okay, after that, the Gondwana land, peninsular part of the India is a part of Gondwana land, and it is belongs to the, you can see that the volcanic activities and the igneous rock part, like that. The next slide. India, so relief all over, there is a Himalayan mountain range, that is the northern plain alluvial soils, that is a great Indian desert, there is a peninsular plateau, there is a coastal land. Okay, there is a Himalayan region. So these all are the physiographic divisions available in our country. Okay, now let's discuss the physiographic division. India physiographic features can be grouped under this physiographic divisions, that is Himalayan mountain, northern plains, peninsular plateau, Indian desert, coastal plains and the island. Okay, that is the Himalayan mountain range, that is the desert part, that is the that is the Indian northern plains. So let's discuss the Himalayan mountain range. Himalayan mountain range, look at that, that has been, is a fold mountain. Okay, the new mountain range is a new mountain range, and its all the length is there 2400 to 2400 kilometer, and it is the broad is here maybe the 400 kilometer, and in the eastern part that is a 150, there is a 150, and there will be the, and in the western part there is a 400. So altogether it is a broad in western part and narrow in a eastern part. And another thing is that Himalaya, if we divide the Himalaya, that is the outer part or the upper part of Himalaya is known as the Himadri, the lower part of the Himadri is known as the Himachal, and the lowermost part of the Himalaya is known as the Shivaliks. Means the most highest part of the Himalaya is known as the Himadri, and the middle section of the Himalaya is known as the Himachal, and the lower part of the Himalaya is known as Shivaliks. Okay, so let's discuss again. So look at that, the Himalaya already has been given the long and length. The highest range of Himadri almost 6,000 meter or 6 kilometer. Middle Himalaya, in between that there is a Himachal, and the lowermost part of the outermost part is the Shivaliks. Now also we can see that different type of Himalaya section we can see in our country. That is, look at the map again, the Punjab Himalaya, Kumaon Himalaya, Nepal Himalaya, and the Assam Himalaya. Okay, that is a section has been given the different part. Understood? Next part is the northern plains. Northern plains is a very important part of that is very important part which has been situated in the after the next of the Himalayan mountain range. As you know that rivers are coming through the mountains or the Himalayan region, and that is depositional work is going on in the that is after the Shivalik, and so that after the Shivalik we can see the northern plains are there. So if we see the map, look, that is a part of Shivalik, and after the Shivalik that is the northern plains. We can see there is a northern plain. How the plains has formed? Because of the depositional activity of the rivers which has come through the Himalayan mountain range. So northern plains spread 7 lakh square kilometer, a huge area, 24 kilometer long, 2400 sorry there's a 240 kilometer long to broad is a 320 kilometer, like that. Depositional work, plains, listen again, plains always will be formed due to the depositional work. Okay, so now different type of alluvial soil and the part of northern plains has been given. There's a bhabar after the Shivalik. What is the soil qualities there? Pebbles will be there. Okay, that is the fine will not be there, pebbles will be there. But after the Shivalik, the actual alluvial soils are there, but there have also the different type of pebbles also will be there. Bhabar. Okay, Tarai is also there. Tarai in the lying in the next to Bhabar. After Bhabar, the near is the another one, the forest area, that is a known as the Tarai and Duars. Bhangar and Khadar. Bhangar is the older alluvium plain and Khadar is a younger alluvium flood plains. Okay, so in Bhangar we can see that the older alluvial soil, in Khadar maybe that is the younger alluvial soil. Very very important, it may come in note examination. The peninsular plateau, again look at the map, peninsular plateau, that is the peninsular plateau. That is the mean what? Three part will be, that is the western, northern and eastern. That is the part will be covered by the land, and the one part means the southern part is open to the water bodies. So that is known as the peninsular, and it is a highland, so it is known as the plateau. It is looks like a tableland, so that it is known as a plateau. Okay, so that is a peninsular plateau, and it is a igneous and metamorphic rocks are there. Igneous rock means the volcanic activities are there, but you can say that here is no volcano, but why, how it has formed. So again I want to say that because of the different type of geological activities are there and tectonic activities are there, lots of years ago the Gondwana land has separated from the part of Africa and joined to the subcontinent of India, and so that we can see the different type of old rocks composition in the southern part or in the peninsular plateaus. Central highland is there, and Narmada river also will be there. Different type of plateau regions has been divided, we can discuss, and there is Anai Modi, one of the highest peak is there in Western Ghats. Okay, after that the black soil also will be available here. Let's look in a map. Look, that is a Deccan plateau and there is a Central plateau. Lots of plateaus are there in Central plateau and lots of sub-plateaus are there also in Deccan plateau. Telangana plateau, that is a Karnataka plateau, Malwa plateau, Chhattisgarh plateau. Okay, so these all are the plateau. There is a Deccan plateau, there is a Central plateau, and all together there is a peninsular plateau. Okay, the Indian desert. Indian desert means the inner Rajasthan. Already I have shown you that the undulating sandy plain cover the sand dunes towards the western margin Aravalli Hills. Indian desert you can see in the map. Now the sand dunes, the crescent shaped sand dunes called the Barkhans cover the large part of Indian desert. It's a low rainfall, so that it has converted in the desert. Luni is the only the large river in this region. So water deficiency you can see there, and one of the picture has been given. Try to understand, and you can see in the internet and in the atlas also. Okay, after that the coastal plains. Coastal plains means what? Suppose it is a peninsular plateau, and after the peninsular plateau there is a land that is the there's the ocean, there is the ocean, there's a Bay of Bengal, and there is the Arabian Sea, and that is the coastal area has been shown there. Okay, so coastal area is there, different type of, directly we will go to the, and lots of rivers will be there, Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri form this delta coastline like Chilka, like that. Okay, let's look at the map. Chilka Lake is the largest saltwater lake in India. It lies in the state of Odisha. It is a salt lake. Chilka is a salt lake. Okay, Chilka is a salt lake, that is you can see here. Okay, now that is the eastern coastal area, there is a western coastal area. Eastern coastal area Coromandel, northern Utkal, Malabar, Konkan and Kathiawar. Look at the destination. Okay, so coastal plain has been divided in different ways. There is an western Ghat will be there and eastern Ghat will be there. That is a little bit the hilly areas or mountain areas are there. Okay. The last one is the island. Island means you know that the land which is covered by the, surrounded by the, that is the water body. So Lakshadweep and the Andaman Nicobar, two of the islands are there, and you can see that one is the Bay of Bengal, another one is that is the Arabian Sea. Okay, you can see that the atlas also. So identify them, look at the atlas. Activity will be given. I hope that you have understood that. Thank you.